Welcome to Workhorse Wrestling Network. This is Under the Radar Friday 9/22. So we will be talking about this week's MLW, Impact Wrestling, Ring of Honor, and BTE. How are you doing, CM?
Very sleepy. How are you?
The same. Suffering from a little bit of a head cold, but I'm here. But we can knock this out fairly quick. Let's see
Yeah.
here. I'll go ahead and, as usual, I'll start with MLW, and I'll let you take a little break while I talk about it real quick. So this is me on MLW. This week was let me pull up my notes here because I don't really remember everything. Let's see. It started off with backstage, Mance Warner and the Second Gear crew welcomed Jimmy Lloyd, who is a GCW mainstay. He's now in MLW, and I don't know that he's technically joining the Second Gear crew, but he is affiliated. And so they talk about it. He wants a challenge. He wants to challenge Akira for the middleweight championship. Uh, that leads us into our first match, which is Ichiban defeated Nolo Katano. Both of these guys are guys that they've brought in from the outside. Ichiban has won two. This is now his third match in a row, 3 weeks in a row. Not very familiar with Nolo Katano. His style was okay. The match, there isn't really much to talk about. Ichiban is a decent wrestler. They're definitely giving him a push. Like I said, he's won 3 weeks in a row, so he's definitely getting a push. I'm not totally sure what the goal is with him or what he's going to do, but guess we'll see. Then Matt Cardona was backstage talking about how he's an MLW and wants the gold. Um, Sam Adonis was backstage talking about he knows where Cesar Duran is, but before he says anything, he gets attacked by some masked Azteca guys. So, needless to say, we still don't know what's going on with Cesar Durant. Um, then we have Mr. Saint Laurent in the ring, who is doing a show that he calls Sessions. It's kind of like Ms. TV or whatever. It's an in-ring segment where he usually has someone come. This week he has Becca, who they're definitely pushing. She's going to have a match with Delmi Exo at Slaughterhouse on October 14th, which is their next pay-per-view that they're pushing big time. There were lots of video packages for that pay-per-view. That pay-per-view is going to have Minoru Suzuki versus Jacob Fatu in the first time ever dream match. So that should be an amazing match. I'm excited for that. If for nothing else on the card, that should be amazing. But there are some other good matches on the card too. So um, let's see. So then Don King is backstage and he announces that at Slaughterhouse, Alex Kane has signed to defend the championship against Davy Boy Smith Jr. So that will be the title match at Slaughterhouse on October 14th, which should be a good match. Davy Boy Smith Jr. has looked good since he's been back. Um, then we have Mance Warner approaching Court Bauer, and he wants a Chamber of Horrors match against the Calling um, at Slaughterhouse. And so Bauer seems open to the idea. He doesn't say yes or no. He just seems whatever. MLW announces that Microman is missing. The broadcasters announced that he's missing. He was supposed to show up for an autograph session and never showed up. Um, Becca joins the commentary. Then we get Love Doug, who comes down and beats Little Guido Maritano, who we all know from FBI. Love Bug tries to give Becca a cake. She's not into it. Smashes his face in the cake and basically spurs his approaches. Then we have Selena De La Renta, who's backstage sitting on a desk, and she has a little purse next to her, or a mini little like duffel bag type thing that she indicates Microman is stuffed in, and she smacks it around pretty good a couple times. So, yeah, that was fairly funny. Then we had the main event, which was Akira versus Matthew Jacobs. This is a Calling versus Second Gear crew. It ends in a no contest because this ends up in a clusterfuck with everyone coming down to the ring to get involved. It's all the Second Gear crew people versus all the Calling people, and the Calling is They all just basically continue to fight as MLW goes off the air. So that was it for MLW this week. They are building towards um, Slaughterhouse, which should be good. I'm excited for that pay per view. Again, that's October 14th. We will have that pay per view, or we'll do a watch along for that pay per view. Or I will do a watch along for that pay per view. I know CM won't. But I will bring CM back up, or maybe not, in just a minute, hopefully. And we can move on to talk about Impact Wrestling for the week. Uh, let's see. Before we do that, I'll give CM a minute to come back. Uh, I'll just go ahead and press on here. Impact opened with the Ultimate X #1 contenders match. The winner gets a shot at um, Chris. Oh, sorry. I went ahead and jumped back. So I was just it opened with Ultimate X. I don't know if that was one you wanted to talk about or not, but
Yeah, um, technical difficulties on my end. Um, this match was really good. Um, I did not expect Howling Angels to win.
me either. Me either. I
I
was,
definitely was gonna be like Mike Bailey or Rich Swan, but that's what I love about the Ultimate X.
and I liked Alan Angels a lot when he was part of Dark Order, and I was when he went to Impact, I was really excited for him, and then he kind of faded away. So I'm kind of glad that he's got this push here again. It seems like maybe I don't know. So we'll see what happens with this. But yeah, so then we had the Feast or Fired briefcases open, which we should mention just because it's important to overall storyline. Crazy Steve, his briefcase had the digital media title shot in it. So he gets a shot at the Digital Media Championship at some point when he wants to cash that in. Moose, surprisingly, got the Impact World title shot, which I thought was interesting. He was trying to act like he was there with Brian Myers, like they really both wanted like he really wanted the tag team championship opportunity, but he really wanted the world title. And then,
Okay, so wait, pause. Was
yeah,
that really a shock? Was that really a shock? The only thing is, I was like, okay, it's either he's gonna have the world championship match or he's gonna get fired.
yeah, you're probably
That's
right.
it.
You're probably
That's
right.
it.
Then Chris Bay with got the Impact World title shot for him and Ace Austin, which is fitting, but that leaves the odd man Yuya Uemura, who had a briefcase, out, and he got the fired briefcase. What'd you think of
Can
that?
we can we talk about the fact that Joe Henry was supposed to get that one
Right?
and he gave it up?
He gave it
Like
up to Yuya, yeah.
Hughia, I think he got set up, bro. I think he got okie doke.
Joe had some inside information, huh?
I think so. I think that was a purposeful one.
So, what do you think actually happens here? So, Yuya is actually fired. You think he ends up in AEW? You think he goes somewhere else? I mean, what do you think's the actual story
I
there?
think he might go to New Japan or something. I don't see him going to AEW right away. Um, I don't know what could happen. There's some possibilities that are there, so I don't know. I
I was really
don't know.
surprised. I didn't know who was going to get fired, but he was the last person. Not the last person, but he was the one that I least expected to get fired.
I thought Heath was going to get one, and that's how they were going to write off Heath. I was like,
Yeah,
okay, that's perfect. And then they didn't. And I was like, who else's contract is up? I hadn't heard of anyone else's contract being up. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes.
yeah. Let's see. So that led into a match that probably don't need to talk about. Jake Something versus Dirty Dango. It was what it was. Um, then we had
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa,
what?
whoa, whoa,
What?
whoa.
What?
I liked that match.
Okay.
It
Well,
was
talk
it was
about it.
interesting. It was interesting. I like the heel the Dirty Dango is, and I like that Jake Something won, and it was a good match. Like Jake Something needs more good matches in Impact, and Dirty Dango is the one to you know he's the man that I don't know can have a bad match.
Yeah. No, I mean, there wasn't necessarily anything bad about it. I just didn't think there was anything that was necessarily worth talking about. I mean, I like both guys. I think both guys, were good wrestlers. I don't know. Then we
Yeah.
had what was kind of the bulk of the show. I think the middle part of the show, which was really the Eric Young and Team Canada stuff, which took up like 3 segments
Oh
ultimately.
my god.
So
I was like, they're never gonna fight.
Eric Young was supposed to fight Kenny King, and then that ended up in a DQ because he hit Shelton Jean, and so instead of then whatchamacallit, Shark Boy announced it was going to be a tag match with Scott D'Amore and Eric Young versus Kenny King and Shelton Jean. Technically, they won by DQ because America's Most Wanted came out, and this
No,
ended
no,
up.
no,
Oh,
no, 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 no,
oh,
no,
go
no,
ahead.
no, no.
Go
Before
ahead.
that happened,
That's right. You're right.
before that happened,
That's right.
the other tag team came out.
That's correct.
And that's what caused America's Most Wanted to get involved.
Yes, Diener and Khan came out. You are correct. Design came out and was
No.
helping whatchamacallit.
Was
Uh
helping Kenny King and Sheldon
Kenny
Jean.
King and Charlton
Yo,
Jean.
so technically Eric Young won 3 times last night.
Yeah, technically you're right.
Like, let the record show he won 3 matches.
Yeah, and then America's Most Wanted it came down, and then that ended up in a 8-man tag match of which America's Most Wanted with Team Canada ended up ultimately defeating finally the Design with Kenny King and Shelton G. This was a whole big, I don't know, like the whole bulk of the middle of the show off and on. So it was, I don't know,
Yeah,
it was
it was
weird.
a lengthy it was lengthy there. It was
I mean,
very lengthy.
I don't know if it was good or bad. I mean, I kind of enjoyed it a little bit at the beginning, and then by the end, I was like, "This is too long. Like, what are we doing?" Although I did pop when James Storm and with America's Most Wanted came out, so I mean, I guess in that regard, it was.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was good because
Uh,
I like both teams.
yeah. Then we had what was probably I thought maybe the best match of the night: Josh Alexander and Trey Miguel. Um, I enjoyed that. That's good to see Josh back. I'm happy. I like both Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of their heel characters, but I like them both as wrestlers. The Rascals are definitely assholes.
Wait, how can you not love them as heels?
No, I think they're great at it. They're good at their job, so I dislike them. Like I'm not.
I
They're not one of
love
the
them
heel
as
teams I
heels.
like. No, I think
Them
they're
being
great.
good guys doesn't work for me.
No, I wouldn't
They
want them
come
as
off
faces.
douchey.
I think they're
They
great as
come
heels.
off they come off so douchey as
They
faces.
do their job. They make me not like them. So that's exactly how I'm supposed to feel, right? So, uh, and then we had, which was basically the main event of the night, which was the outcome of last week's gathering of all of the old stars and new stars, which was Awesome Kong, Gail Kim, Jordan Grace, Mickey James, and Trinity, our Impact Knockouts champion, defeating Angelina Love, Deanna Perrazzo, Giselle Shaw, Savannah Evans, and Tasha Steele. What you get when you get all these many people in the ring. Lots of great women's wrestlers. I thought it was a good match for what it was. I mean, uh, you got something to say about it?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. I love the different spots. I loved when Awesome Kong got in there and just was beating everybody. And when she popped up behind Giselle Shaw, and Giselle Shaw turned around and was like, "Oh my God, what no?" And then boom, implant buster.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah, and I thought Trinity looked good. I thought all the baby faces looked good, and they defeated the heels. So it was just I like seeing the women get the main event. Just another illustration of why Impact's knockout division is probably the best in wrestling. Um,
Yeah,
so,
they're the best in North America because
yeah,
Stardom
yep,
and Japan is the best for the women in the world.
right.
But Impact is a solid second. But did you see? Did you see my friend? Stop. Did you see Mickey James looking at that belt?
Oh yeah.
So I think we might have an end game.
Are you interested in Trinity versus Mickey James?
I don't know because if Nikki wins, like that would be great. But I also am like, I want all of them to feud with Trinity, and yeah, yeah.
I
Except
always
for
have.
Angelina Love, I don't want to see that. Give Angelina Love and Giselle Shaw like a long run as like rivals, yet strangely cool with each other. That's what I can see for those two. But everyone else just have to beef with Trinity.
Yeah,
Even Austin Kong, I'd love to see how that goes.
yeah. My only issue is just that right now they're both faces, and I don't know exactly how that works. But I mean, it's as
Eh,
simple as I want your title, and I'm not giving it up. I mean, I get that, but like at the same time, it's like I don't know. So, but I mean, and for me, Mickey James, I like her, but it's not fair to say she's worn out or welcome, but at the same time, like she's been around for a long time, and I'm ready to see some other young blood. So I'd rather see Giselle Shaw or Savannah Evans or Tasha Steeles. Although I'm not opposed to Angelina Love and Giselle Shaw having a long feud like you talked about. I think that'd be cool. I'm not really interested in Angelina Love,
I
with
mean,
Trinity. I think it would be a good match.
she can't really wrestle. Well, like let's be real
Who,
honest.
Angelina Love?
Yeah, yeah, she's very stiff in the ring, and she always has been.
Yeah,
Uh, but when her best work was with Winter when she was like really relaxed, and you could see she was relaxed in the ring,
yeah.
and she was able to make it flow. If we can get that Angelina Love back, I'd be very happy.
Yeah, for me, she's the kind of person that seems to wrestle to her competition. Like when she's in the ring with someone really good, she can have a decent match. But when she's in the ring with someone that's not, like, she definitely falls off. Like she's not carrying matches at all. She wrestles to whatever
No, God,
competition
no.
she's in. So that was the end of Impact for this week, which I thought was a decent show. I enjoyed it. There were definitely some things to watch for sure. Um, yeah, and then we had our
I
go ahead.
loved it. I loved Impact 1000. The whole thing was really good for me. Made me very happy.
Yeah, no, I mean I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I mean I think they did a good job for doing the 1000th episode and on two different episodes like that, and I enjoyed it overall. Ring of Honor TV from yesterday. Let's see. Are there any matches in particular you want to talk about? You just want to go through them all? Dolores was nice enough to load them all, but I know we don't generally talk about
I
every
loved
single
it.
match. So.
Okay, I loved Eddie Kingston's comments, and like instead of addressing his enemies, Eddie Kingston is like happy.
Yes,
Just
which is
Eddie
bizarre
Kingston's
to see.
happy.
Almost, it's weird to see him just happy.
Uh, there's that. Then the minions in training. I don't. I don't like. I don't like her as a person, but I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I thought the minions and training stuff was very funny. I liked that. There was a couple decent matches. I thought that Shibata versus Nick Wayne was good for the pure title. Um,
Okay,
and
I'm gonna say it here because I've been calling AEW shows pretty well lately. Nick Wayne is so turning on Darby.
yeah, I think so too. I can see that too. Let's see. I thought Lee Moriarty versus Lee Johnson was good.
The Battle of the Lees.
I enjoyed that. Obviously, anytime Willow's on my TV, I enjoy that. I didn't think that match was all that exciting, but I get to see Willow, so that always makes me
You're
happy.
being nice. It is nice.
uh, let's see. Athena blew through Angelina Love as she should. Really, the big matches of the night for me were the three of the last three matches. Really, I thought that El Hijo, De Vikingo, Gravity, and Metalik versus the Spanish Announce Project was really good. Tony Nese thought that was good.
Mhm.
I'm here for that trio: Vikingo, Gravity, and Metalik. Um, I like Gravity much better when he's not just alone in the ring, when he's got other people to like spell him, because he's okay for brief moments, but for whole matches, like he leaves a lot to be desired. And anytime I can see Vikingo, I'm happy. So, um, and then Andretti and Darius Martin versus Cole Carter and Griff Garrison. I mean, Cole Carter and Griff Garrison or whatever, but I'm always here for Axel Andretti and Darius Martin.
Not whatever. Damn. Damn.
Uh,
That.
ne- Needless to say, Griff took the loss, and Maria wasn't very happy. Maria was not happy with that. He's trying to show off for Maria, but that didn't really go over. I don't think Griff Garrison's a good fit with the Kingdom and Maria.
I think he could be, but I think he might be a better fit with someone like Dalton Castle.
Oh, I hadn't even thought of that.
He
Yeah.
he needs a personality. Like he's a good wrestler. He just needs a personality.
Yeah, I really enjoyed him when he was with Brian Pillman Jr. I thought they were a good tag team. I mean, I thought they had a bright future a couple, year and a half ago when they first, 2 years ago, whenever they were first together. But clearly that didn't work out. So, and then we had the main event of this week's Ring of Honor TV, which was the Mogul Embassy, Bishop Khan, Brian Cage, and Toleona versus the Infantry. Now, I knew, unfortunately, that the infantry probably wasn't winning here because the Mogul Embassy has a match coming up on next whatever it is next week, I believe it is, against the Hung Bucks
And that was
for
this week.
huh?
That was this week. And that was
Oh,
tonight.
is that tonight?
I thought it was for Rampage. Rampage.
Oh, you're
Rampage.
right. It is on Rampage. It's on the Rampage 2 hour show tonight. So because of that, I kind of knew, even though I really wanted the infantry to win, that they probably weren't winning. Mostly because I assume the Humbucks are going to win tonight. Um, so, but I was happy to see the infantry here get this opportunity. I love seeing them with Willie Mack. I'm here for this, faction trio with Willie Mack and Fordson. I love it. I mean, I can't get enough of it. I really wanted them to win, but I didn't think they were going to win because I knew that the Humbucks were going to win tomorrow, and I didn't want to see the infantry win and then give it up to the Young Bucks the next day. So I guess I'm glad they didn't win here, weren't just transitional champions for one day or whatever. But I wouldn't mind seeing them with those ROH 6-man tag titles in the near future.
Very true. It'll be
Anything else?
interesting to see.
Anything else you want to say about the main event?
I wish.
Or Ring of Honor in general this week?
I don't. I wish the Mogul Embassy hadn't won. I know that's bad to say, but I would love to have seen the title change.
Yep. No, I agree. And as you know, here on UTR, we are huge fans of the infantry. So, yeah, I mean, I would have loved to have seen them win. But again, if they're just going to lose to the Hung Bucks now, if they could have won and actually beat the Hung Bucks tomorrow night, then I'm here for that. I mean, or tonight, I guess now, that I would be here for. When you're hearing this, it'll actually be last night. But yeah, but I don't think that's going to happen. So I assume the Hung Bucks will now be the Ring of Honor 6-man tag team champions. But we'll see.
Yeah.
You want to talk about BTE for a minute?
Okay, so not a lot, but not a lot happened on BTE. We have Colt and Brandon teaming against QTV in a losing effort. You have Kit backstage as the BTE champion, just kind of being a prima donna, and it being kind of hilarious. The main thing that I want to talk about is the continuation of the story about Mac being a sucky businessman and the Dark Order investing in coffee and it being really good to Matt, and it ended up being their children unloaded in a cup. And there was the fact that a lot of people believed that this was an actual thing and got really upset on the internet and was like, this is why AEW sucks, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, it's a YouTube show. Y'all are mad about a YouTube show. Y'all are saying, like, I literally saw people saying, this is why CM Punk was right. The Young Bucks can't do anything. Da, 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 da. And it's like, so y'all really
People are
don't
stupid.
y'all really believe that it's AEW canon that they jerked off and Matt drank it and was really into? Okay, all right, okay, and yeah, yeah. Also, there's the fact that last week, Kip said Will Washington's name on the show, and it made Will
Oh,
very happy,
nice.
and he was excited. And then Kip was like, "I didn't. I don't even know your name." So yeah,
I don't even know her name. He said it and then said he didn't even know it.
so yeah, that was BTE. It was. If you want like a little chuckle this week, you could chuckle like that, especially like the last 5-ish minutes.
So before we go real quick, because he's a mainstay on BTE and he is a member of AEW, Dolph Dolph's brother, we're talking about, Dolph Ziggler
Ryan.
did get released. Do you think that Nick Nemeth will end up in AEW with his brother, Ryan Nemeth?
I think he might make an appearance or two. I don't think it'll be anything major. It'd be pretty cool. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
I think he might make an appearance like he did before. I low key wish that Phil was still around, so and see how he would handle Dolph calling up on him and being like, "You got a problem with my brother?" Just see how that goes. But that's just me. I'm a little bit messy, so yeah.
Uh, all right. Anything else you want to say about BTE before we wind this show up?
That's it for me.
That's it this week. All right. I'm going to put on the schedule that Dolores did, which is an audio of her giving the schedule. It's a few minutes long, and then we'll be out. So,
Hey everybody, this is the Workhouse Wrestling Network schedule for this week. Ladies and gentlemen, Mondays on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, you have entered the square circle at 11 a.m. Let me tell you, Sammy and ALW, they battling it out to see who will be the Enter the Square Circle champion. Listen, you can't miss an episode. It is riveting. Okay? So, just a little secret. Tune in 11 a.m. on Monday. Tuesday, it's Seeing Stars, 10:30 a.m. on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. But ladies and gentlemen, I know I'm about to break your heart. We're taking a break because your girl needs some rest, okay? But when we come back, it's going to be fire because we're going to be seeing these stars from New Japan Pro Wrestling and GCW and Stardom. You ain't going to want to miss that either. But then the real party starts at 10:30 at night on Tuesday on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter at the Cookout, where they play fire games and talk hot topics and have a good time. You're gonna have to pull you up a seat because we're gonna feed you real good. Ladies and gentlemen, on Wednesdays, all 4 night at 11:30 p.m. That's where you're gonna find the WWE meet, okay? It is going to be Raw and NXT with Sammy and ALW, and they preview WWE pay-per-views. Can't miss it. Can't miss it. YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Ladies and gentlemen, Thursday is live aftermath of Dynamite at 10:15 p.m. on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Listen, we talk all things AEW, Rampage, Collision, the Dynamite from the day before. We preview shows coming up. We preview pay-per-views coming up. That is your one-stop shop for AEW. If you want to find out what happened, tune in at 10:15. Then on Friday, that's when the party starts for the weekend. Friday Night Fights at 8 p.m. on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Starting off at 8 p.m. with WWE SmackDown. And you're going to get the SmackDown from Anika and Sammy, I tell you. But then our parents, one of the parents, CM and ALW, going to come in and they just going to rampage everywhere. So you got to see it, okay? But then you wake up Saturday morning, and you know what you're gonna get? Under the radar with CM and ALW. And you know what you're gonna find? BTE, Impact, ROH, all these great things on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch at 11 a.m. Okay? If you missed out on the week, they'll catch you up. And it ain't gonna take forever either. Ladies and gentlemen, on Saturday night, it's Saturday Night is All Right at 8 p.m. where we watch AEW Collision. Ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna be great. We have a great time. That's generally when we all come back together again and have a good time on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Ladies and gentlemen, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Sunday's supposed to be our day off. But you know, if it's a pay-per-view, it's a Workhouse Wrestling Network. So make sure you tune in. If there's a pay-per-view on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we will be there. Ladies and gentlemen, you see this icon, YouTube audio, you can listen to us live, play hot games, talk hot topics. Just be great, okay? Also, ladies and gentlemen, if you see this icon on Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, click it the next day and you can listen all to the party we had the day before. Ladies and gentlemen, also, last but not least, if you see this on YouTube audio, click it, okay? Because you know what you're going to get? You get to listen to us watch along live to pay-per-views and shows and have a good time, okay? Because we dropping gems. You got Femi with the food, CM with the knowledge, Anika with the good hard movies and work, and you got ALW who he just drops old school wisdom. Okay? So make sure you join us. Until then, I want to let you know, peace.
All right, so that was a little bit of cleanup by your girl Dolores. On that note, I think we are out unless there's anything else you want to say, CM.
Nope.
All right.
Bruce, yeah.
Peace. Until next time.